Identification of an object in a problem domain is a challenging task. For that, mental maturity and common sense are very much required. According to me, 99% or it may be 100% also, college goers who learn Java feel that if they write Java program, they simply feel that it is object oriented program. They cannot identify an object. Without identifying an object, they write Java program using classes and they instantiate objects. By that, class and object is there. Because of that reason, they feel that they earmark it as object oriented program. That is not true. Until unless you identify object or objects in a problem domain, you cannot write a real object oriented Java program. That point you must understand. Already I have given an example. If you take a building, room is the object, room is the building block. Every building is a collection of rooms, that everybody knows. Few more examples I give you. You have to write a weekly temperature report. When you have to write a weekly temperature report, you have to identify the object, that is daily temperature. Daily temperature is the building block, that is the 1 day's temperature. Whatever information you give, that is an object, and weekly temperature is a collection of 7 objects. You have monthly temperature, 30 objects. In that manner you have to think. One more example, if you take a class of students, what is the object? Student is the object. Actually, how a class is formed? With the collection of students. Student is a building block. By collection of such students, a class is formed. If you take a college, then you may take a class is the building block. Within the class, student is the building block. In that manner, analytically you have to think to identify the object. That is your program design starts with identifying the object. That point you have to understand. Otherwise, if you cannot write, you may write Java programs, but they may not be object oriented Java programs. That point you must understand. And one more point I have to tell you, object is the real thing. Okay. So next, whenever you have to develop a real thing, what is the prerequisite? You want to construct a house. House is a real thing. Before that, what is the essential prerequisite? You have to develop the blueprint of the house. Any job you take, any real time task you take, before that you complete the mental work. That is the blueprint. So you have to understand the blueprint concept in a broader way. Okay, now you are able to identify object, a real thing. Then if we have to implement that, what is required? You must require the corresponding blueprint. What is the blueprint for an object? That Java language provides us a data structure that is called class. So first we have to identify this. Thereafter you have to write the corresponding class. Understand? This is also almost based on C approach only. See, I ask you to write a program to write your age. Age is the real thing. Now, are you writing statement like this? No. What you are doing? You are writing int. First, I want the real thing age, and then you are starting with int. What is the role of int? What it is contributing? It is the blueprint. Subject to the blueprint, the real thing is developed. So, whether you know it or not, whether you call it or not, this is the blueprint. This is the real thing. For every real thing, however simple it is, first a blueprint is to be ready. Okay, that is the mental work. So, in this context, if you want an object, first you have to define the corresponding class. This is a user defined data structure provided by the Java. And this gives all the details relating to this object. Based on that, object is created. This point you have to understand. So, defining class. Actually, if you take any class, now always we go by examples. Theoretically, whatever I explain and all that, you may not absorb it 100%. So, always, for whether I give example or not, you conceive an example. If you want to conceive an example, definitely get it. Develop that attitude. Then, now you see, I have given room class. Actually, I am giving you simple examples because for the domain sake, you need not break your head. I give examples like a room, square, cylinder, student, employee, etc. and all that. Because domains, if they are well known domains and all that, you can easily grasp. Your focus is on the concept and coding. Otherwise, if I give some technical, highly technical domain like air traffic control system, or some other thing, if I give and all that, actually you have to focus on understanding the domain. That's why I am choosing all simple domains. Room I have taken. Everybody knows what is room. Even a school goer also need not learn about that. Already they know because they are living in rooms. Okay, now this is the blueprint. In the blueprint, what are there? There are two types of items. One type of items are data members. They store data. As far as room is concerned, what are the data items? You know very well. Length, breadth and height. Length, breadth and height. These are the data members. Thereafter, you want to make some calculations. Then, what are the calculations? Calculate floor area. Okay. Calculate four walls area. These are the methods. Actually, in C, these are called functions. Here in Java, these are called methods. What these methods are doing? The methods are acting upon the data. Acting upon the data. Now, you see, calculate floor area. I think you know the formula, length into breadth. So, it takes length and breadth and calculate the floor area of the room and returns. Now, calculate four walls area. Calculate four walls area. What is the formula? You know, 2h, 2 into height into L plus B, length in plus breadth, 2h into L plus B. Then that formula use, this returns the four walls area. Now you see, now practically understand all these methods. These are member methods. These are acting upon the data. Acting upon the data and generating result. So, in programming, any program you write, it is meant for manipulating data and giving result. Suppose you take your marks report. In that, you give data. You give your name, other details, and marks. Suppose there are 5 papers, marks in 5 papers, you give. All those are input items. Thereafter, your program manipulates them using functions, and it generates result. Ultimately, you get your mark statement. In that, all the other details also are there. What are that? Total marks, percentage of marks, grade, etc. and all that. Understand? So, always data and operations. Operations are performed by either functions or methods. Functions, we call them as functions in C, C++. Here we call as methods. Those are also functions that you have to understand. So, the methods act upon data and generate results. That you have to understand.